Nobody can hear you.
We have been bullied, intimidated, verbally abused, harassed, had our events interrupted or canceled, had our property destroyed, our dorm rooms attacked, and our loyalty questioned. We and our allies have been chased off campus and physically attacked, while the UCLA administration turned a blind eye. Year after year, students, community members, and the mainstream Jewish leadership have turned to this administration for protection and help, but none came. We are ignored or given merely empty promises and hollow condemnations. What started as minor humiliations and dehumanization has now led to outright abuse. Jewish students can no longer assemble peacefully without fear of anti-Semitic bullying. The recent letter by UCLA's executive director, Mr. Steve Ritea, sheds light on the depth to which the administration is willfully ignoring the reality on its campus. SJP is not just another campus group. They are not merely representing another side of the political spectrum. They are not merely offensive. Examples abound of the depth of the genocidal hate and call for violence from leaders of SJP. They are calling for annihilation, not only of Israel, but of Jews as a whole. We ask you, would the UCLA administration turn a blind eye to events hosted by the KKK? Would they allow a white supremacist student group to storm into, threaten violence, and disband a peaceful gathering of another minority student group, as happened on May 17th at Israel, Kurdish, and Armenian Conference for Indigenous Rights? It was SJP that did that. Are you saying that UCLA will never step in to promote the safety of a minority group on its campus? After that May 17th attack, not only did UCLA not discipline SJP, but you are now rewarding them by allowing them to hold a conference with well-known violent and genocidal anti-Semites as speakers. The conference includes public anti-Semitic agenda that calls for destruction of Zionism, namely the State of Israel. This is in violation of the federal government working definition of anti-Semitism. Irrespective of what the Forward magazine may claim per Mr. Ritea's letter, the facts on the ground tell a very different story. The SJP conference is the last straw. This is not acceptable, and we will not stay quiet. Over 25,000 people have had enough and want this administration to act. History has taught us what happens when anti-Semitism is ignored. Never again. Jewish students trusted in you, and UCLA has failed them. Jews are a minority group with civil and human rights worthy of protection. If Jews on campus cannot get an education or peacefully assemble in quiet, then nobody will. We demand that this administration stand up, acknowledge the reality on campus, and take proactive action to bring an end to incitement and anti-Semitism. Specifically, 1, strict enforcement of zero-tolerance policy to anti-Semitism at UCLA in any form, in accordance with the working definition of anti-Semitism as adopted by the federal government. This includes A, canceling NSJP for, among other things, denying the Jewish people their right to self-determination. In other words, by claiming that the existence of a state of Israel is a racist endeavor. 2, affiliation with terror-supporting entities and individuals. Cancel this. Engaging speakers is what they do among its ranks who call for the murder of Jews. We expect to sanction NSJP for victimization of Jewish students, verbal attacks, and violence. Training of university staff, including security personnel, to identify, prevent, and confront anti-Semitism on campus. Lastly, a written response by December 15th of this year of UCLA's new zero-tolerance anti-Semitism policies and plans for its dissemination and implementation across the campus. It should be delivered in the Daily Bruin, as well as to us directly at the Yad Yamin administration.